Hey, we're turning a profit at the arcade.
The main way that we're actually able to make, like, the only way that we're able to make a profit on this game is by going on Tuesdays, because on Tuesdays the plays per game are half off, and also the way that we're really making a lot of points is every time I beat sort of like the high score, it's called the score to beat on the machine, I get a jackpot of 500 additional points, and that's kind of where the bulk of the tickets that we get come from. And the thing is, every time that I beat this like score to beat, it moves up by 20, and so as I play, it gets harder and harder to beat the score to beat, which means that usually when we go, the time that I spend is like front loaded with getting a lot of points, and then it gets harder and harder towards the end, in part because I'm not getting as many jackpots, and in part because it's emotionally, and mentally tiring to stand and play the game for that long.
Crossy Road is the only game in the arcade where you would have any chance at turning a profit on it. Like, I've kind of looked into the other games. Most of them are chance-based. Almost all of them are chance-based. They can easily be rigged. Crossy Road is unlike all of them in the sense that it really is about skill. And if you're good at the phone game, you're gonna be good at this game. It's slightly harder than the phone game, but you'll be able to make a lot more tickets on that game than you would at any other game. And it seems like no one has realized this. Like, now if we didn't go on Tuesdays, it would be impossible to make a profit. The arcade has it set up so perfectly well that no matter if you went on a normal day, if you went on a Friday with your friends, you're going to have fun, you're not going to make a profit. You're not going to have fun because you're just going to end the night. You're going to have spent a lot of money. Sure, you'll have fun playing, but at the end of the night, you're just going to get some candy. You're going to spend like $50 and you'll get like a few Tootsie Rolls and then go home.
It's very hard, and I think it's possible that how hard it is goes underappreciated. It's for one thing challenging to stand up for that long, for that many hours. It's not hard to be standing. I mean, it's not easy to be standing for 4 or 5 hours. Knees locked the whole time, and it's also it's just hard to like keep getting good scores over and over again. Like it's like I'll just start making more mistakes the further that I get through the time that we're there, you know, just the same way that you do like during a day, you know, you just make more mistakes, like stupid little mistakes later in the day when you're tired out. For us to win, we try and average at least 130 to 40 points per game, and that's pretty high for late in the day. You know, at the beginning I can do about 140 on average. Late in the day I can't anymore. Like I'm just not hitting that, but the average still does stay around there because of the jackpots and because of the weird fluky times where I just do excellent. You know, here's my real point of pride is that I do have the all-time high score on the machine now, you know? That's a big deal. It's like 417 or something.
Whenever I'm, you know, describing this like endeavor, this quest to other people, they do usually think it's really cool, but they often fail to, you know, recognize why I'm coming, which is very fair. Like, it doesn't seem like I have any practical value to this operation. I am not good at Crossy Road, but I'm here. I'm important. Things are going great. The bowling league has started. They're kind of doing their thing. They come around at like 6:30 p.m. and you know, play some bowling. Doesn't interfere with us at all. We're still cruising. We're getting there. We're almost at the point where we get the prizes, and it has been a long time to get here. But you know, at the end of this, you know, today's the last day. Today we're calling it. It's the 4th time we've come in the arcade. Right now it looks like we're gonna get the Nintendo Switch, and that item has kind of the best point to resale ratio out of all the items. We can get it for 55,000 points, which Keziah has just hit. And we can resell it for about $280 on eBay, which is really great. Turning a profit on the arcade. We've got 65,000 points so far, and we only need 55,000 to get a Nintendo Switch, and we're gonna be able to make like $150 profit if we can resell it.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. We're turning a profit at the arcade. We're playing this Crossroad machine over here, and I don't know, have you played it yet?
No.
Okay. Some of these people are in the arcade, and they're playing the games. They're not making money though. We're making money. We're gonna make money here. No one else is making money, and what we're doing is very cool. Like, no one ever makes a profit at the arcade. That is a novel idea. The Crossy Road game, you could do that as a business, you know. You could spend every Tuesday of your life grinding at that machine and getting Xboxes, getting Switches, and reselling them, you know. No one would stop you. There's no one would be able to do anything.
150 left.
150. What are we gonna do? I wonder if it's like illegal or not, and I'm sure that lots of other people do it. That's interesting. But the other, like, I feel like most people probably get really good at a game and then get an Xbox or something and do what we're doing, but to get the Xbox or Nintendo Switch or whatever it is, just like for themselves to play, whereas we are selling it for profit, and I bet that that's a little bit less common.
Volunteer. They're getting us hospice volunteers up and going. I don't know if you have any interest or use, but.
Me out here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Thank you. Whoa.
Sorry.
I thought it was a gun.
What's this for?
It's well, since you asked,
And box. And there you go.
Thank you. You're probably wondering, how much money did we make?
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's what this presentation is all about. Here are the 2 receipts, the invoices, the completed payments with USPS check numbers. We got $52 on the remote and $254 on the Switch. So, need the math. That's $307 combined. Now, we'll have to subtract $130 from the amount we spent at the arcade. And then an additional $15 because at the UPS store I had a bit of a problem where I didn't have a box and they charged me $50. So it took 21 hours to do this. And we made $162. So that's $7.71 per hour, which is above federal minimum wage. Which is height, that's huge.
It's huge.
$7.71 per hour. So, because I made more than federal minimum wage. But we're 2 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're 2 people. That's us.
Oh.
That doesn't matter. Okay, let's say it does matter. We're still making $3.86 per hour, which is better than the minimum wage in Antigua and Barbuda, which has a minimum wage of $3.03 per hour. So we're doing good. We're still doing good. We're rolling in money. So, what do we do with this money, right? I'll show you where the $163 went towards.
Okay.
I have this piece that I'd like to present to you. So, are you ready?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
grand
ready.
unveiling?
I'm so excited, Joseph.
This is for you because
Oh. What is it?
oh, it's a Rothko inspired piece of modern art.
No way.
Yeah. It was $150, so we still have $13 to use on our own app. We could use that Mid-Express or something. Show the painting that we got. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it shouldn't have cost $163.
Oh no. Well, it only cost $150, and we have.
Right, but I mean it looks like someone really just went at it with some paint on the canvas. Like
What?
where did you buy it from? I would get it if it was like a symbol of these like 21 hours that we spent playing Crossy Road, but like if the plan is just to like sell it again in a couple of years for like more money, then it feels like we're still just like in the working process, like we haven't.
Well, we don't need to sell it. It's also just about like knowing that that it could be sold for more money, and that's like valuable. You know what I mean? Like that, like it's
Yeah, they were like giving a pitch to the class, like making art, like.
Okay, so they're not even an art student; they're an archaeology student.
I don't know what they are. I don't know anything. I don't know.
You don't know anything about them? Yeah, but it's not. You know, that's the thing, is that it's like that's a name that people know and people will buy from, and this is just a student who has done a really rough replica of one.
Oh my god.
Anything else? We could go camping, we could go to Six Flags, which we've talked about for forever. We could go back to the arcade and play more games. We could get food. We could do anything. So are you gonna take it back and get the money back?
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
Oh my god.
I fucked up. Keziah hated the art piece that I chose. This was right before summer break too, and we soon left campus on a sour note. She went to Massachusetts, and I went out west with some buddies of mine from high school. Before leaving, I tried to return the piece to the artist, but she couldn't take it back or give me a refund. She kept saying that this isn't a thing you can do in the art industry. So I kept the piece. I mean, what else was I going to do with it? I had a lot of time to reflect while I was on my trip. I realized that I had failed Keziah and myself. We had spent all this time at an arcade together, commuting an hour each way, laughing, enjoying each other's company. Turning a profit on the arcade had brought us so close.
You know what the word of the day is?
No, what is it today?
It's pinnacle.
Easy word. You're the pinnacle of filmmaking today. I'm the pinnacle of success today.
Yeah, it really applies today.
Yeah, it does. Every day. Every day it does, yeah.
And now it had fallen all apart. I've apologized for the stupid amateur Rothko that I bought. Keziah still treats me as a friend, as a good friend, but something feels missing in our friendship. There's some coldness now. I'm sure it will return eventually, but right now it is gone and feels terrible. I even Venmo'd her half of the money of our earnings, even if it came straight out of my bank account. She told me that it wasn't necessary, but it made me feel better to do it. I called her recently and said that in order to end the documentary on a positive note, we should film a clip where we're good friends again. She didn't like that idea because she thought it would give the doc fake closure, manufactured closure, but she didn't even seem mad about it anymore. I said that most documentaries stage some sort of closure, and she told me that that wasn't necessarily true, and reminded me that she's taken a documentary filmmaking class at college. But the end of this documentary is supposed to be inspiring. I mean, we spent 21 hours in an arcade and made a profit, and not many people can say that. Keziah tells me that I'm, too wrapped up in this documentary thing that I'm making. Maybe that's true. Maybe no one will see this, and it won't matter. It will just tumble into the endless void of internet media and be lost forever. But here's some attempt at some form of closure, though I wish it ended different.
Something really interesting about the game Crossy Road is that all of the ways that you can die in Crossy Road are self-inflicted, right? You're getting hit by other cars. That's a really common way to die, but it's always avoidable. The game is not rigged. There is a way to do it that allows you to go endlessly. You could just continue jumping forever. And the ways that you die are by making a bad decision, whether you're getting hit by a car or by jumping in water where, there's nothing under your feet. There are logs that slide past, and you try and jump onto them, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you miss them. Sometimes they'll drag you off the screen. Sometimes you'll jump too early and you'll hit a car, right? But no matter what, all of the ways that the game ends are your own fault, and they are self-inflicted. And there's no natural end to it. You could go until the point where you're so good at the game that the only thing that makes you end, that makes you die, is like needing to do your next activity, like eat food or go to sleep, or you get too tired to keep playing. You could become perfect at it, whereas, with life, no matter how good you get at it, no matter how successful you are, there is a natural end, no matter what. No matter how healthy you are, no matter how good at living you are, it will end, which makes the process of living so much more important and delicate than the process of playing Crossy Road. In a life that has an end, getting better will end up being ultimately pointless, and choose instead to take time to appreciate things that don't get better and aren't things that you improve upon, but are just things that you get to exist with, like other people, like your relationships with other people, or like just enjoying the space that you live in, or doing things just for the sake of pleasure, reading, watching movies, enjoying yourself, are choices that you can't make in the game Crossy Road.